Wake up, Steve.
Oh.
I was really hoping Steve had died.
We're still alive.
Thanks.
Plane's trashed. Well, let's split up and find another way off this oversized freezer.
Right.
Okay, let's do it.
Once again, Steve Burnside, the genius that he is, pointing out things that no one ever could have figured out, such as, the plane's trashed! No shit, Sherlock. So, here we are in the new area of the game. We are now halfway done with the game. At least this is what I consider to be the halfway mark in the game. This is the Antarctic base. It is an umbrella facility, or maybe it's not an umbrella facility, but it was run by Alexander Ashford. He carried out many tests here, and it certainly is a place. In here, right off the bat, we have a save room. This is a very useful save room. So we're gonna put some things away because we don't need them, like the stuff we used to fight the tyrant. Don't need any of this, and we're just gonna take out the bare essentials right now. And you can hear that there's a banging noise in this room. We will figure that out in a second. We'll take the bowgun arrow, but we really don't need it. We're not gonna... I don't think we're actually ever gonna use the bowgun ever again. Might as well put all this back in the box. I pointed it out before. I said it twice now, but I just want to make sure, before you get to this area, make sure you have taken the fire extinguisher. Make sure that it is in that box. If it is not, reload a save, go back to a point where you can get it, and then redo this area. Also, that was like a Resident Evil 4 over-the-shoulder camera angle, which I really think is cool. And it makes me miss those camera angles, because fixed camera angles aren't great. So this is the Ashford's butler. He has a few notes in this game. He's pretty interesting, kind of seeing what he went through, dealing with the, Alfred Ashford, who, as we found out a couple videos ago, is kind of a lunatic. Now, we can't actually get behind that right now. That is our new objective. We need to turn the power on so we can go behind there. This area is cool. I like this area. I think this area is a little bit better than Rockford Island. Also, fuck these enemies. These are moths. They will poison you, which is not great, but they're kind of pointless because in that room that we just left, there was a pot that had blue herbs in it. Blue herbs will always be in that pot. There will never not be blue herbs in that pot. So you can pretty much just get poisoned by those moths and then immediately use a blue herb and heal yourself of the poison. They're kind of pointless. The moths, the only time they're annoying is if you turn your back to them and they manage to attack you, they will lay an egg on your back, and then that egg will hatch, and it will cause a thing to, like a larva to come out, and it will poison you. And it'll do a little bit of damage, I think. On my test playthroughs of this, I got hit by the moths every single time I went through that corridor, and I didn't get hit by it a single time when I was recording, which is usually the opposite of how things go. And yeah, you're just gonna have to bear with the darkness. that is a key that we're going to need to turn the power on. This room, there's really nothing we can do in here yet. I think there's some items. I think there might be a weapon in here. Yeah, there is a weapon in here, but more importantly, there is a thing that we can set up for way later on in the game. And by way later on, I mean like maybe an hour. So in here, there is a machine gun. It's an AK-47, I do believe. Yeah, it's an AK. And, yeah, we can take that. It's not the greatest weapon, but we'll use it eventually. So here, this thing's locked. It needs a detonator, because there's a bomb rigged to it, and there's the detonator right there, conveniently. It's one of the nicest puzzles in the game, because you don't have to run all over the base to get the detonator. And we just combine that with that. But we need a light, and if you'll remember, we gave our light to the nice man who helped us out of prison. And he is still on Rockford Island, so I have no idea how we're going to get that light. Perhaps an opportunity will arise later on. But yeah, as I said, I think the mood and everything of this area is a little bit better than Rockford Island. I like Rockford Island a lot, but I like this Antarctic base. Also, this area is a lot smaller, so the backtracking doesn't feel as bad in this area. See, up here is an area we cannot... Well, I mean, we can go up here, but there's really nothing to do over here yet. So, we don't need to be over here. This is the room that we want to be in to turn the power on. Get some form of weapon ready because there are dogs all around this room. And if I'm not mistaken, this should be actually the last time we ever encounter the Cerberus dogs. There you are. There's a lot of handgun ammo in this area, which is really nice because I was kind of running out. I'm not a huge fan of Claire's pistol, the rapid fire. It eats up ammo like you would not believe. This is a little tricky. I don't think this is too clear that you can actually go under there. Because it doesn't look like you can be able to or should be able to. I think a dog spawns as soon as you do that. Or it was already in the room and it just knows where you are now. I don't know. There's usually a dog around here. Where is he? There he is. That was kind of comical. I turned the corner and then there was just a dog following me. As soon as you hear them yelp, that is when they are dead. Oh man, this is so much nicer now that there's lights. Like, it looks really ugly in the dark, but this looks pretty nice. Well, that herb did next to nothing. However, this is the nice thing about the Antarctic base. There is a lot of ammo and a lot of herbs lying around pretty much everywhere. So I don't usually feel bad about using the herbs in this area. Also, I really like ice areas, ice or snowy areas in video games, so that might be a large reason why I like the Antarctic base. Also, I think it's very creepy. I think the Antarctic base is a little creepier than Rockford Island. Because I think there's just something inherently scary about being stranded, like, in the middle of the Antarctic. Like, being stuck in a snowstorm or something like that, I think is just inherently creepy. And it's one of those things like the fear of the ocean that I think everyone probably has. And in here, there's some spiders. The spiders aren't really that big a deal in this game. They can do a lot of damage, but we will try and take them out pretty fast. Yeah, the spiders aren't really that present in this game, so I wouldn't really worry about them. There's like 1 or 2 rooms that they're ever in. But yeah, they will fuck you up. Again, lots of ammo. They really want you to have handgun ammo. Which isn't the worst, because the handgun is pretty useful. No thanks. Speaking of useful, that is not useful. Now, the thing that we want is right here. I've never been scared of spiders. I know a lot of people really get freaked out by spiders, but I don't really have a big deal with spiders. So, whenever there's like a big spider enemy in a game, I don't usually get freaked out. I think moths are 10 times scarier than spiders. Now, we just picked up a barcode in that other room. What we want to do is slap this barcode on this guy here. I'm not exactly sure why you need the barcode. I don't know what happens if you don't slap the barcode on there. But we just need to restore power here. So this is a bit of a thing that will not have a payoff for quite some time. I always think there's more to that area there. I always end up walking into that wall for some reason. I guess blame the fixed camera angles, but I always find myself walking into walls or getting stuck on just stupid things. And see there, that's what I was talking about, the area that has the blue herbs. They will always be there. I don't think it ever runs out of blue herbs. I only killed them because I wanted to get into the save room before I like got poisoned by them. But if you kill them, they will come like back immediately. So I don't really think it's too great to, you know, kill them. It's a waste of ammo. And now we have power, so we can find out what's behind here. And this is one of the creepiest cutscenes in the game. That scream, to me, is so scary. That is, I think, definitely, that creature that's down there is one of the scariest enemies in all of Resident Evil. And we just put a pot in our pocket. All we have to do is look on the bottom, and there is a key. Because Resident Evil, you know? Why wouldn't there just be a key in the corner? Why does there have to be a pot underneath, you know, in the corner, and underneath that is a key? I don't know. Because Capcom really likes arbitrary stuff like that. You know, why not? So now we're gonna head out here and find what these keys are for. Hopefully they're something good.